Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we have another packing video to show you. I've got 3 beautiful orders to be able to share with you today. So thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, please do hit that subscribe button. It really does help our channel and it lets me know that you guys like the content too. So my Vinted has been back up and running now for I think about a week, maybe a little bit longer. I'm slowly but surely starting to get a few orders come back in now. Generally seeing roughly around 1 a day. So I am kind of putting the orders to one side a little bit till I've got at least 2 or 3 to be able to show you and share the packaging process. Today we've got a book and 2 items of clothing to share with you. So let's jump in. So this first order is Ruth Jones Never Greener. This one actually isn't a resale, in that I haven't bought it with the sole purpose of reselling it. I am a big reader and I buy bundles of books, and sometimes there's just duplicate books in there. If there's enough in there to make it worth my while picking up, then I'll pick the bundle up, and I've just been putting the books back onto Vinted. I only put them on for £1 a piece because I just want to get a little bit of money back from the bundle for them. So this is a duplicate. I've not actually read it, but I've already got a copy of it on my shelf, so I've popped it onto Vinted. It does have some damage, but I was very clear on the listings. It went for £1. This is gone to a lovely lady called Jean. So let's get packaging. I am just going to cut this in half because I don't need a full piece of tissue paper for the box, but I don't have a half piece at the minute, so let's do that. I'll pop this to one side because that'll do for any of the book orders that I get. Now all book orders come with a free bookmark. I do make these, I don't design all of them. There are some that I design. Some of them, like this one, I've made out of some double-sided craft paper that I have from my crafting, because I craft as well. Some of them are pre-designed bookmarks, and I print them all off, I laminate them, I cut them all up, and then I just pop a free one in every book purchase on my Vinted. And then we're just going to wrap this up. It won't fit that way, I think it will, won't it? I know it's just a second-hand book, but nothing nicer, I don't think. I'm getting something that's just been packaged nicely, and for the cost of a bit of tissue paper, just makes it look a little bit more special. I'm going to add one of my tags. If you are new here, I've made these tags. I add them onto every order. It just says thank you for your order. The packaging and posting of this order has been recorded. If you would like to watch your order being processed, please check out our YouTube channel. And then there's just a little QR code that brings you to the channel. Just because some people might be interested in that. There we go. And then all book orders get put in a bubble mailer just to protect them a little bit. I'm going to put that in there. Hold that over. There we go. And then I do like the bubble mailers, and these are actually pretty decent quality, and I don't tend to have much problems with them. But just for my own, I guess, paranoia, my own sanity, I do then like to pop them in another bag. And sadly, these poly mailers are just, my normal size ones are just too small for this job, for the size of bubble mailer that I use. So I'm just going to do this. There we go. Just gives me a bit of peace of mind. And then I like to just add a little bit of tape on the back there. And then I'm just going to take this down as well because it is quite big. And I'm not doing it for the size of the bag. I'm doing it just to make sure that that is nice and secure. There we go. That's now nice and secure. I'm going to grab my label that I've printed out. Cover the name. There we go. And that is the parcel ready for Jean. And I'll take that to the in-post lockers later. Pop that down there. Then the next order. This is from a lovely lady called Joanna. This is a Next vest top. This one I believe was £2.50. We pop the bag to one side. I always keep those and reuse them. So it's this beautiful Next vest top. Has the button front on there, and then it's got those beautiful blues and that like yellowy greeny sort of colour. So as with all of them, so this was steamed, but sadly they get a bit crumpled in the bags. I'm going to defluff it. As well as defluffing, I'm just looking to see if there's any loose threads or anything that I've missed, because sometimes things do get missed. We're only human, and I would much sooner message the buyer before I send it out if I notice anything that I didn't notice first off, and give them the option if they still want to continue with the purchase, because there's nothing worse, and I've had it happen to me, then it turn up, there'd be something about the condition that you weren't aware of. Oops. Something about the condition you're not aware of, like a mark or a stain or something, and then still send it and then just expect you to be happy with it. Like, if you have made a mistake, I would much sooner you be honest. And there's always that chance that it would still arrive with the customer and they might find something, they may be a little bit more on it. They may just notice something that you haven't, but if you're honest, I've always found that that's best. And then ultimately they can decide, do they still want that top or do you cancel the order and relist it with those, I don't know, marks, stains, whatever it is. So all I'm doing here is there's just a little bit of like fraying just on the edge there that you can see. So that's just made that look a little bit better. And ultimately these are second-hand clothes. They're not new clothes. And I don't list them as new clothes because I know that they're not. And I do watch some videos on like TikTok and things, and there's one, I don't know her name. Trying to think, but I can't for the life of me think of her name. And she's on TikTok, and she's apparently she usually buys from eBay. She's now been buying from Vinted, and every order she's bought, she says there's something wrong with it. And then when she shows you, like, to me it's just natural wear and tear of a second-hand item. If you want clothes to be in pristine, you need to be looking for those brand new with tag items, or get it from somewhere else. Don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's unreasonable sometimes that buyers think that second-hand clothes should come in pristine condition? It's not what I expect. I've bought some bits from Vinted. Pick up quite a few bits for like my little boy and stuff. Because let's be honest, kids outgrow their clothes so quickly. It literally costs a fortune. Noah, bless him, like in the space of about 3 months, went up to 67, and then very, very quickly then went 7 to 8 because things started to get a bit short on him. Oh, the costs. So picking bits up off Vinted just makes it a little bit more cost effective. there is that one. So this one is going to Joanna. And then the final item on today's video is a beautiful navy blue white stuff jumper. This is going to a lovely lady called Susan or Suzanne. So again, put my bag to one side. This is beautiful. It's like an open knit white stuff navy blue jumper, and the arms have these buttons with the tabs on the inside, so you can roll up the sleeves and then hold them in place with the button. I think it's absolutely beautiful, this one. If it fit, I'd have kept it for myself, but sadly it doesn't. So again, I'm just defluffing it with my roller. Won't pick up everything, but at least if it picks up most things. And I'm also checking for any discrepancies that I may not have noticed on the first run. You will have noticed I don't spray my clothes. If they come and they're particularly smelly, or if I think that they need anything, I will wash them, air them out. I do and have on occasion, when I first get them, sprayed them. But I'd never freshly spray them before they go out, because not everybody likes what I like. And I never use perfume. Never ever use perfume. If I'm going to spray them, then I use like a fabric antibacterial. So it's just a little pull there. It's not a proper pull. I've not actually cut a hole in that. I thought I saw one around here, but yeah, just tiny little bit. But yeah, that looks all good. So again, I'm going to fold that up. Absolutely beautiful, this one. Tuck those sleeves in. There we go. I did have a nice little pair of white ones, but the scissor fairy apparently has been and taken them. Neither my partner nor my son are owning up over who's actually had them, but they've gone. Scissors. Anybody else notice that? They're one of those household things. You can never find them. You can never find them, but nobody's ever actually had them. Oh well. There we go. One of my tags on. Thank you for your order. Go in the bag. There we go. It does fit, I promise. It's just the way I folded it. Oops. Doing like a lock in the phone. There we go. Flip that over, and then as I said, this one is going to Susan. And there we go. That is that one done and ready. Now it's time to take them to the lockers. Sorry, help if I was more organised. first one in. And there goes the second one. Enjoy your orders, ladies.